Take control of today. Don't worry about your tomorrows. How is everybody doing? What's going on, everyone? 𝐋𝐄𝐆𝐀𝐋 here, aka your daily physique. I hope you're having an amazing day. If this is your first time joining me, I'm a lawyer, but at the same time, I'm a bodybuilder. Take control of your today. Don't worry about your tomorrows. As some of you may know, I was a director of a homeless ministry. Being a full-time student, every other Saturday, a group and I would head out to Berkeley, specifically People's Park. At People's Park, we would hand out food, socks, scarves, whatever we had. I remember like it was yesterday. I woke up on a Monday morning and I could see outside my dorm window drenched, filled skies. I began to worry because this upcoming Saturday was the Saturday the group and I were supposed to go out to People's Park. Again, we went every other weekend on Saturdays. I opened up my phone to check the weather app, and the weather app forecasted that it would be raining that entire week, Monday through Saturday. Tuesday came around and the rain continued to fall. Wednesday came around and the rain did not stop. Thursday came around and it seemed as though the rain just got stronger. Friday came around and there was no different story. At the end of each of these weekdays, I had said a prayer, but honestly, I had so much doubt in my heart. To be honest, my worries outweighed my hopes. Finally, Saturday rolled around and I looked out my dorm window, and to my dismay, the gray sky was blanketed with a galaxy of raindrops. It almost seemed like it was raining the most hard on Saturday in comparison to any other day of the week. Nevertheless, I assembled our team and I got everyone into our 12-seater van and we began to descend towards Berkeley. During this time, all I could think of was, how is this going to work out? There's no way anyone would be out at People's Park. Everyone would be looking for shelter, for shade. We arrived at our first destination, Life Adventist Berkeley Church. Here we would prepare the food that we would be serving that day. When it was finally time to start preparing the food, we tried turning on the church's stove, but due to a blackout caused by the rain, the stove would not turn on. So instead of using the church stove, we opted for the only other option available, which was an outdoor grill. Finally, after getting all the food cooked, we began to load the van with the cooked food. It was still pouring rain. While I still had this worry in my heart, I felt a glint of hope. Before leaving to People's Park, the entire group said one last prayer. I hopped in the driver's seat of the van and I began to drive towards People's Park. I kid you not, as soon as we arrived at the park, I stopped hearing raindrops. I stepped outside the van and I could see before my eyes the gray skies began to part and I could see this little stream of sunlight break through. The only words I was left saying was, "Thank you, God." So I encourage everyone watching this video, take control of today and don't worry about your tomorrows. Alright everyone, so today's gonna be a pretty straightforward day. First, I'm gonna go ahead and review for the California bar, and then afterwards, I'm not gonna be hitting a workout because I wasn't able to get a clip in. But nevertheless, if you wanna join me in today's journey, stay tuned. So I have exactly 80 days until the California bar examination. And without further ado, let's get straight to bar review. Alright everyone, welcome back. In reviewing for the California bar, I thought I'd share something with you that you might find interesting. A quick disclaimer, this is merely intended to be legal information. This is not intended to be legal advice. The topic I'll be covering today is, you guessed it right, real property. Allow me to pose you a hypothetical. Callum Scott and Lady Gaga both own a ranch as co-tenants. Callum Scott wants to take down the current barn that's located on the ranch. He would like to rebuild a more modern barn with white marble, black marble, and the like. Callum attempts to contact Lady Gaga for approval of his new plan, which is to destroy the old barn in order to build a new barn. However, Callum cannot get into contact with Lady Gaga because she is currently in Paris for Fashion Week. The message says, "There goes my heart racing, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now." Unfortunately, Lady Gaga never gets Callum Scott's message. Callum proceeds to destroy the old barn, and he begins to reconstruct the new barn, the more modern barn, with white and black marble and the like. The new barn that Callum had installed increased the land's value by $1 million. The legal issue that arises is Callum Scott allowed to destroy the old barn in lieu of the new barn without the consent of Lady Gaga? Stay tuned to find out the answer to that question. In order to determine whether or not Callum Scott is allowed to destroy the old barn in lieu of the new, more modern barn, we must first look at the rule that applies to the facts of the scenario. We will look at the waste rule. The rule states that a co-tenant must not commit waste. Ameliorative waste means that a co-tenant must not engage in acts that will enhance the property unless the other co-tenant consents. In applying the waste rule to the facts of this case, here we know that Callum and Lady Gaga are both co-tenants of this ranch. We know that Callum got an idea that he would like to destroy the old barn in lieu of a new, more modern barn. We know that Callum attempted to contact Lady Gaga. However, we also know that Lady Gaga never received Callum's message. Regardless of Lady Gaga's response, Callum still moved to build the new barn without the consent of Lady Gaga, because Lady Gaga never got the chance to receive the message nor reply. Callum may argue that his idea increased the value of the ranch by $1 million. Even though Callum's idea resulted in the land value increasing by $1 million, he did not receive the consent of Lady Gaga. In conclusion, because he never got the consent from Lady Gaga, Callum should not have destroyed the old barn in lieu of the new barn. Alright everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that short law lesson and I hope you learned something new. I thought it was pretty interesting and I hope you did too. I really hope you've been enjoying these super short law lessons and I hope you've been getting some sort of value from them. But most importantly, I want to encourage you to take control of today and to not worry about your tomorrows. Put in the work now. Do what you have to do today. And I'm crossing my fingers that everything will work out for the better. And if you haven't been reminded of today, you have a calling in this lifetime that is beyond your wildest imaginations. You will have an impact in your community. And you, yes you, are irreplaceable. And with that being said, you know what time it is. It's time to get up off your phone. It's time to get up off your bed. And it's time to rise.